She knows, she knows, she knows. There is no way. My Adventures with Superman episode 3 is really good still. The pilot is over and it's showtime. We love to see Superman saving a bunch of people, and he does it right here in the beginning. He saves a bunch of people from a falling steel beam. I'm also glad that we're keeping the theme that Superman cleans up after himself. It didn't just cut away from the blimp, but it wasn't shown. It was mentioned that he's got to go take care of this blimp. I mean, there was a possible 9/11 scenario happening right in our periphery, and he was just, kind of standing around. The thud on that steel beam is super satisfying, though. We are just starting this show, and I expect the Lex Luthors of the universe to be slowly built up to. So we're taking our time. It's just 3 episodes in. It's still going really well. It's just like, I don't really understand this episode's villain's goals. I guess it doesn't matter much. It's really just filler, but I don't get what their angle is. Like, what do they want to do? They just want to be like the best bank robbers in the world. It doesn't matter much, and I'm perfectly okay with there being like villain of the week stories. I assume the real villain and the plot thread is where they got this technology from, which I think is interesting. Speaking of villains, I'm so hyped to see the villains in the intro. I didn't mention that before. I haven't done a full zoom in, analyze the frame and everything, but it looks like some dastardly people up there. All right, let's get to our favorite. We all know what our favorite part of the show is. I'm sure of it. It's this incredible romance between Lois and Clark. The adorableness does not let up, and I'm happy about it. The first clip of them being together is him getting coffee for her from her favorite place that's all the way across New York City, which is something that he'd totally do. They bump into each other. Amazing. And she mentions how far away that place is. He jogged all the way out there to get her favorite coffee. King behavior. They also have a sweet pretend interview, and his line about doing anything in his power to help her. It makes my heart melt. Another great part of the dynamic is at the giant Supermax prison. Wait, it's Metropolis, not New York. When she swipes the other reporter's cards so she can use them to get into the place, which would be a no big deal scenario in any other piece of media. But for Boy Scout boy Clark, stealing is wrong, and he puts his foot down.
You stole their badges?
I also love when he did this about her lying to him in episode 1. Clark's moral compass, it's on the straight and narrow. This happens again, just a few scenes later, when Lois grabs the key card of the warden to explore the prison. When Clark sees this, he's impressed, smiling, about to giggle. Dude is swooning. I love that they're both into each other. It's the best part. When Lois gets her interview, it is weird. Superman is literally me at any job interview that I've ever done. He knows nothing about anything about himself, and it's so funny. Before the interview, there's another lovely scene that happens when they're flying together, and it is adorable. She says that the view is amazing, and then he also says that the view is amazing, but he's looking at her. So classic. Things that kind of irked me are those Bugle reporters. They're just annoying. They need to become more than a gimmick, I think. They need to become more like a rival journalistic team. Less like, Team Rocket from Pokemon. I love them making fun of their stupid, annoying intro sequence, though. But I want this reportal rivalry race to figure it out. Even though it's going to be impossible for them, because, why would he ever tell them? To be in, really good B stories in this show. I hope we eventually see a proficient with his powers Superman. He is getting beat down and beat down. I am down for him learning and gaining his Kryptonian powers, instead of just, spawning with them. I just want to see a super capable Superman eventually in this series. But I appreciate that he's not One Punch Man levels of overpowered yet. But for my power fantasies to be fulfilled, the man's gotta get there. He learns his laser powers in this episode, and it is rad. We are building the repertoire here. He first uses it to destroy this Cybertron Metamorpho Cube thing that I'm not gonna try and look up. I have no idea what this thing is, but it probably looks like it's from Krypton or something. And lastly, she knows it's him. There is no doubt about it. Maybe there's a little doubt about it, but I'm not making excuses for this anymore. It's so obvious. I don't know if this is schizophrenic of me or something, but she's giving signs that she knows some secrets here. I mean, she should at least have him on the suspect list with how everything's working out. Superman is breaking character often, basically every time he talks to her, and he defaults back into Clark's behavior. I mean, it's nuts. She's gotta know. The gleek session is over. My adventures with Superman is still impressing me. I don't know if it's an unhealthy amount at this point, and I don't know if I'm being blinded by a dazzling romance. Tell me your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to join the gleek sesh on the new episode sooner than this one came out. Bye.